Find yourself in the Beachview area of Pittsburgh? Check out the official pizza of this show, Slice on Broadway, sharing an abnormal obsession with pizza we can relate to. Check them out at sliceonbroadway.com and tell them this show sent you.
Holograms and the reptiles that love them. This week on Boss Battle. Welcome everybody to Boss Battle number 127, a show in which the writers of InsertCoinToBegin.com get together to talk about video games. I'm your host, Bobby F. J. Town, but before we get to the infotainment and general frivolity of this podcast, let's see what everybody achieved this week. Chachi, how about you? What did you achieve?
Currently, I'm in the middle of the very last heist on Grand Theft Auto 5.
Nice.
Like, it's paused on my screen. I was trying to get it finished before the show started, and I
no, you want us to
Michael's son.
You want us to pause it? And
This is a replay, right?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, to unlock some of the achievements, you have to buy some of the higher priced properties. And in order to do that, you have to not do the assassination missions until after the last heist, when you can quadruple like $14 million.
Wow. So
I wanted to play through so I could get those achievements.
Plus,
it's a generally good game.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm not. This is my third playthrough, and I'm not bored with it.
Wow.
So
there's so much to do in it. I mean,
right.
I'm on my second playthrough because I got it up for Xbox One now, and I can just and there's a whole bunch of new stuff they even added on top of all that. So
right. So I mean, it's not a bad game no matter how many times you play through it.
Nice.
So and so after the show, I'll be done with that.
Cool.
As far as missions go and getting the money, I got one mission after this one. It's the one where you kill everyone.
I love that mission. I'm so glad I picked the right one on that one.
That's fine.
All right, Sorg, what did you achieve this week?
It's all WWE games for me, sir. Although I had fun showing the Carlins' Crossy Roads on the TV when I brought over my Fire Stick for the WWE Network Sunday night. But no, it's as I was explaining to you before the show. I love that WWE Supercard I get to play, and like they had another. I forget what they call the tournament they have when they have like People's Champion. And they're going to do another Road to Glory this weekend. I'm following up to like I have I think I have all but one super rare, one regular rare on my it doesn't matter to anybody else exhibition, and I finally got a Legends Rey Mysterio out of that last People's Champion. I was trying to go for a little higher to get somebody better. But anyways, but no, it's a lot of fun. And whenever there's not anything going on to give me reason to live and play WWE Supercard, there's WWE Immortals. They just introduced a challenge mode that's kind of interesting. So I'm going to take a different strategy. But again, lots to do there between the different kind of shapes of challenges and stuff. Just really, really digging it. But yeah, having a lot of fun with that.
Cool. All right. From the chat, Alexander Carr said he leveled up on Immortals. I got to level 7 on Tiny Bird for Pebble.
You are nuts. You are nuts. If you thought Tiny Bird was or Flappy Bird was impossible, try it on a Pebble Watch.
Wow. And he figured out how to live stream via YouTube on his Xbox 360. So that's cool. He said he was watching us earlier. Wheels said that he was playing WWE Immortals and WWE 2K15. And Mainstream Matt Carlin said he played Final Countdown on Just Dance 4 with Sorg, which Sorg, I don't know if
I did that. There's a video floating around the internet, unfortunately from before I figured out how the game worked. And it was Final Countdown, and the avatars were wrestlers. It was pretty interesting to see like a couple of wrestlers on the screen doing this move. I'm good at that.
Wasn't
now.
that Dana Bryan's theme song?
It was for a bit. So I'm
Danielson?
figuring the people kind of figured that out and connected. I don't know if there's another wrestling connection there just generally, but yeah, that was a lot of fun. I'm really considering now because I know I can get it on. There's a version on the Android that connects to my Chromecast, and I'm kind of curious to try that out now.
Yeah, guys, I have a serious problem.
Uh-oh.
Its name is Crossy Road.
Oh no.
I had family in over the weekend, and I didn't get to play anything on Xbox One, so I devoted most of my time, gaming-wise, to to Crossy Road. I have unlocked a lot of the characters. I get angry when I get a duplicate character when they give you the prize.
Yeah, I get extremely pissed off.
I know, it's like, there's so many characters. Why are you giving me a duplicate?
Yeah. I'm like, there's no way I pulled a duplicate out of this goddamn quarter machine that cost 100 gold coins.
But I did get...
See, now you guys know exactly how I felt playing Shenmue.
Yeah.
Now
true.
you know the addiction.
Crane machine.
Yes, that I knew all the way back on the Dreamcast.
Hey, but Shenmue had forklifts, so it's okay.
That's true too.
But yeah, I unlocked Old Ben. I got the rabbit. I got the wizard. I think last week I said I got the Prince of Darkness, and a couple other ones. I keep unlocking frogs. Like, how many frogs are in this game? And the flea. The flea is awesome, by the way. But,
I haven't gotten the flea yet.
I got the flea. He's really tiny.
I'm sure he's a flea.
But yeah, that's what I've been doing with my time, and it's getting to be a problem. All right, Chachi, you want to send us around the net?
It is time for this week's edition of Video Game Themed Things from Around the Internet. Net. Runners up at a town or an area in Japan. Let's see if I can do this. Hokkaido is rolling out a no video game day twice a month.
Oh no!
Starting next month, the first and third Sundays.
Sundays?
In this town.
No, that's my prime video game day.
Are dedicated to not playing video games. The test scores are apparently down in this town. Not entirely in Japan, just this area.
Well, guess what? Nobody's going to do their homework on Sunday.
Right. Well, and that's the thing. Like, they're not even encouraged to do their homework. They're encouraged to hang out with their friends and family.
Just not play video games.
Yeah, they're
that's
just
the
not
problem.
to play. So, I don't know. The thing is, they obviously know the culture, but I don't think they really pay attention to what's happening in their own city, because video games is kind of what they do. So, I don't know. Boo that town.
Yeah. You get the Stinky
That's
Town
dumb.
of the Week.
What's that?
Stinky Town of the Week.
Right.
On Boss Battle. We're going to start that.
The other runner-up is Rockstar released map information about Grand Theft Auto 5 and released the fact that it's approximately bigger than Red Dead Redemption, San Andreas, and Grand Theft Auto 4 combined.
Wow.
And like they put like a little map in the post that shows the comparison of San Andreas from San Andreas and the one from Grand Theft Auto 5.
It is supposed to be the same area, more or less. Like it's the same
They
state.
just expanded it.
Well,
the thing is, at the maps, then you can tell all they did was just add like a mountain range.
Well, no, not even that, because in San Andreas it was 3 distinct cities,
right?
And they didn't have there's a big city and basically outskirts. Like they changed the format a little bit. So I'm just guessing there was an earthquake.
Part of it fell off the world.
You know, land masses are constantly changing.
Yeah. Right. This is the crustacean period versus the nomadic period. I'll get emails from geologists.
Well, you know, we're not experts. We can
Pangea was formed.
We only say the news. So those are the runners up. So let's get to the peanut butter of this Reese's cup of a post. Artist that goes by the name of Shattered Earth.
Edgy.
Yeah. Released art that combines the logos of Final Fantasy with Legend of Zelda.
I saw some of these. These are awesome.
I think I saw maybe you tweet some of these earlier this week.
I retweeted one.
One of you guys. Yeah, love it.
He did 4 of them. Final Fantasy X as Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VIII as Skyward Sword. Final Fantasy VII as Majora's Mask. And Final Fantasy XIII as Link's Awakening. If you follow the link over in the post at insertcointobegin.com, you can actually order these.
It's prints?
$15 a piece or $45 for the set. Sorry.
That's not bad actually for prints.
No. Yeah. They are 11 by 17.
That's what kind I have hanging around my room.
So not bad. It's really good art. I mean, it's not bad as far as like anything goes. I can't see a bad thing about it looking at them.
Even the Final Fantasy X one?
Well, I mean, it's not Final Fantasy, so screw you, because it's Legend of Zelda. So sit on it, Bobby.
Oh.
Next up, Lore YouTube channel explains Katamari Damacy in a minute, and it still doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that's difficult to do in a minute. Let alone.
It's about a minute. The video is actually 1 minute 25 seconds long, but like 15 seconds of it is links to the other videos. So,
okay.
All right, and the final one this week will blow your mind.
What?
Sorg watched this. We actually discussed this, and we're still confused. However, Scorpigator Films over on YouTube put together his thoughts on the Super Mario Brothers timeline, putting all of the games that have Mario in it in chronological order.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
I love the explanation for like this. Okay, when you get to the part where it explains why there's like Mario Kart and all this other stuff where it has nothing to do with anything and Mario just seems to be golfing and crap, and then why Super Mario Land is a thing that exists. Just like, because I got like halfway through, I'm like, where's Super Mario Land? Are we not going to include the Game Boy games? Oh, we include the Game Boy games. And that's not all. Like they're adding so much logic to something that I don't think has any intention to be logical and interconnected.
Nope.
To the point where, because like Nintendo themselves did this with the Zelda games.
Yeah,
like there was some book like Nintendo Power or something, or one of the special books that did the. I've seen a couple times where they're like, "Oh, this is actually a timeline. This is actually what's happening."
Yeah, it was that Dark Horse book that I have. I think you have that.
The Hyrule Historia.
Yeah.
It's not the only one though. I've seen it in other places, like versions of that that were official Nintendo properties. And this takes this to a whole different level than that.
Right,
because in that one, Link is not the same Link. Spoiler alert, right? It's a legendary thing. It's a myth person that's passed through somehow. Mario's still Mario. There's no other Marios. No other Marios have come before Mario. And how they connect that together is just really, really incredible.
Was Mario missing? Mario's missing?
No. Well, I saw one. I thought it was the CDI game, but it turns out it was just like Mario RPG or something. So,
well, Bobby, to give you a short rundown of this game, it starts with Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island.
Oh, okay.
And finishes with Wario Land.
Yep.
Oh, yep. All right.
And there's a section in there, the games that take place in Rosalina's storybook, which includes all of the Paper Marios and Dr. Mario 64.
Which is the storybook from Galaxy.
Dr. Mario 64?
Right? I didn't want to spoil it, but there's a part where basically Mario comes into a lot of cash from like one of the last
Super Mario World 2 for the
right. Basically, Mario and Luigi come into a lot of cash.
Yeah.
That's why he bought a motor company and a toy company, amongst other things, that led to a lot of those games. Apparently, including Dr. Mario, I think. And then he bought an island, and that's where Super Mario Land happens, because he realized what he wanted was to adventure more, and so he bought an island to explore. and came back and already knew Daisy from all the races and such. Oh, and also Bowser gave up after whatever the last game was because he had been foiled so many times, and that's why they were friendly enough to have kart races.
Yeah. After new Super Mario Brothers 2, Mario was rich as hell.
Yes.
So he just started having fun with his money.
That
was Mario Kart, Mario Party, Mario versus Donkey Kong, all the tennis, the paint, everything.
They even like yes, it's all made up, but they meticulously made it up to make sense, right? They're like, well, this has to happen here because such and such acknowledges so and so, and they didn't meet before da 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 or something like that, like that kind of thing. And they're like, by the way, here's the clown car that pops up in Super Mario World later on. By the way, they don't acknowledge it to. I said, they didn't acknowledge Super Mario 2. Now they do say Super Mario 2. But it's the lost levels that we know in America, right? Mm-hmm. But then we just determined, well, Super Mario 2 was a dream somewhere along the line.
Yeah, it was a dream.
So whatever.
Yeah, so, I mean, even after watching it and having our mind completely messed with, Sorg and I were still discussing this because we found a hole.
This is the lost theory. This is the lost theory of Mario games.
Yeah, it goes into such detail that after Partners in Time is when Wrecking Crew, Donkey Kong Jr., and Donkey Kong 3 happen.
Yes.
Wow.
And that's when Donkey Kong goes back to Donkey Kong Country, and that entire series runs concurrent with the Mario timeline because it no longer involves Mario.
I'm gonna have to watch this.
It's a good 9 minutes. It's a great 9 minutes. You have to go into this. I'm so glad.
It's a mind fuck. It's completely ridiculous. Yet, with the exception of Super Mario Brothers 2, I found no holes.
Cool.
Mario 2 American. Mario 2 American.
But what's that?
I just want to acknowledge we know it's Mario 2 in America, not Mario 2 other places.
Yeah. I wonder if Luigi dreamed Mario 2 when he fell asleep in Superstar Saga.
Oh, there you go.
So, no, because I mean that could happen in like Super Mario RPG. Because every time you go to like an inn to heal,
he slept more than you saw in the games, right, guys?
What's that?
He slept more than you saw in the games, right, guys?
Yeah, exactly.
But this is all based on the games.
Where they're like, well, this obviously happened here because all the Koopas were busy, all the Koopa kids were busy manning the castles as we saw in the game previously. So it was only this one. And by the way, the Koopas are back manning their castles now. It's like, how did you? What? And by the way, I've played like maybe 5 of these games he has listed.
Wow.
I can't believe it.
I've played a ton of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, mindfuck. Straight up and down, complete.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, watch that 9-minute video.
Please.
It'll completely blow your mind, and then you'll be like, "What the hell did I just watch?"
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And that's all I have for you this week on video game theme things from around the internet.
Net.
Back to you, Bobby.
All right. Our question of the week comes to us from Ali Howlett, space _ Wolverine. She wants to know what our favorite games are. As I told her on Twitter today, my favorite is Skyrim.
Oh man.
But it's a toss-up between 3 games. Skyrim, Bioshock Infinite, Final Fantasy X, and Ocarina of Time. So that's 4 games. So there's a couple front runners up there. I can't narrow it down to one because I like those games so much. So
I have to go with like the big qualifier for me on this is a game that I could pick up any day and just have fun.
Yep. And
that's Mario 3.
Yeah.
Mario 3 to me is the perfect video game.
I'll add Mega Man 3 to that.
And it's like, and it's one of those. It's not hard to kind of get around, and you're like, oh, I'll play these ones. I know them like the back of my hand, and then I can warp whistle to anywhere I want. Because I mean, there's levels in that game I have not really explored. Right? Mm-hmm. Because they're like, oh, I'll always go to the giant world, or I'll always go to this. But it's like, World 7 is barely treaded by me, or
I hate World 7.
Yeah, exactly. That's the reason why, right? But you never needed to beat the game or anything. So it's like a after a certain point, it's what's your destination, what's your flavor of Mario today, and I really enjoy that aspect of it. So, but yeah, that's where I'm at. Chachi?
Cool. My top 3, because that's the best I can do. I'm sorry. My top 3 that I can pick up and play at any time would be Super Mario Brothers 3.
Okay.
The original Legend of Zelda.
Okay.
Or Tetris.
Yeah, all 3 Nintendo games too.
Yeah, well, I mean, out of the... First off, it is by far my favorite 3 games, mainly because they're probably the 3 that I remember playing the most as grown up. But not only that, I have a Triforce tattoo, so a Legend of Zelda game was going to be on that list.
Yeah, definitely.
And the first one is my favorite. But if that weren't on the list, Ocarina of Time would be.
Okay. Yeah, I chose Ocarina of Time for one of mine.
And Super Mario Bros. 3, by far, is probably the greatest Nintendo game ever made.
I would agree with that, yeah.
So, I mean, I don't care who you are. If you are a gamer in your 30s to 40s, and someone hands you a controller to Super Mario Bros. 3, you're not going to be mad.
Your response is, I got this.
What's that?
Your response is, I got this, and
exactly.
Fred Savage taught me about the warp whistle.
Exactly.
Is,
I mean, you're not going to be mad if someone's like, here, play this.
Your response is, gimme, 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 Jimmy Woods.
So, I mean, you cannot... I haven't met a person that dislikes Mario 3. And if you dislike Mario 3, don't admit it to me. I don't want to know.
Them's fighting words.
Because, yeah, it is a fighting word. I'm going to spend countless amounts of time trying to listen to you explain to me how you could possibly hate Mario 3, and you're still going to be wrong.
Super Mario
You're going to
World
have
is also
logic
up
from
there
start
too,
to finish, and I'm not going to listen to you.
Mario World is up there too, though, with Mario 3, I think. There's so many great games that were made.
I know, but Mario 3, Legend of Zelda, and Tetris.
Cool. Oh. All right, we want to thank Allie for that question.
And Assassin's Creed.
And Assassin's Creed, yeah, exactly.
And Skyrim.
Chachi, you want to convince us to buy to download Frontier Heroes here?
I'm not done listing games. No.
And Frontier Heroes.
Is Frontier Heroes one of your favorite games?
No, it's not.
John loves.
It's not a bad game.
Hold on a second.
It's not my favorite.
John in the chat is saying he loves Zelda 2 the best.
I've never understood that.
Yeah, I've never had enough time with the game, to be honest.
It's not a bad game. It's just not the best Zelda game.
What happened? What happened in Nintendo when they just went sideways with their sequels? Like, there was a weird period where, like, Zelda 2, let's make it a side-scroller, kind of. And the Super Mario 2 readaptation.
Maybe they were trying to capitalize on the popularity of Mario being a platformer like that.
That's what I'm guessing, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Anyway,
pretty sure it was made by different designers.
Yeah, but I mean, like, the Nintendo probably mandated that make it more like that. Maybe that's what it was.
But I don't understand. Like, I'm not... I like Zelda 2. It's not my favorite, but it's not even in the top 3 of my favorite Zelda games. But it's a Zelda game, so I'm not gonna diss on it. It's just not my type of game. But I don't know, and you have to remember that it's called The Adventures of Link, so it's not exactly the same thing. But anyhow,
Link
games.
Link used that Mario money and went on adventures.
yeah. Link hooked up some Mario money, and you know. But what am I talking about? Frontier Heroes. Frontier Heroes is a game from A&E Entertainment.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's classy.
Planet H Division.
It's got that Storage Wars class to it.
Essentially, what it is it's a series of it's a game filled with mini games.
Oh, okay.
It's not like it's not something that you have to sit down and put a lot of time into. But essentially what it is it teaches you the history of America in 5 different eras. It starts with the Frontier Age and moves on. The last one being freedom. So what you do is you go through and you complete these mini games, and during so you have a chance to pick up what they call DYK, which is Did You Know? And it just gives you historic facts about America at that time.
Cool.
I think what did it for me was the fact that it was 20 plus mini games.
That's
and not like
a lot of mini games for a iOS game or a Android game.
Well, no, because I mean they're not super long mini games. I mean they're mini games. So what you do is you just complete the mini games, and you start with shooting arrows, throwing tomahawks, starting fire.
Is it historical WarioWare?
Essentially, yeah.
Oh, cool.
That's essentially what it is, only with some historical accuracy. And it came down to the artwork, the in-depth narration, and the fact that it is a historic WarioWare.
Are there any games where you pick George Washington's boogers?
No. There is a game where you help Ben Franklin get struck by lightning.
Oh, nice.
There's a few horse riding games, all with different little tweaks to it. I'm only 3 eras into the game, so I haven't reached the freedom section yet because we're not free yet. But I mean, overall, it's not a bad game if you install it. It's kind of like Sorg is with Supercard or Immortals. It's not something that you're going to put an immediate amount of time in when you sit down to play a game.
Mm-hmm.
But it gives you enough that if you have 5 minutes to kill while you're going to be fine.
Okay, cool.
So, I told Sorg earlier, I have to find a shitty game to review next time. Because I've been playing a lot of good games lately,
mm-hmm.
and I have to point out some bad.
Yeah, that was Crossy Road. That one. There was another one, 5 stars in a row.
I mean, I can only say give it a shot.
Good.
It can't be too bad, even if it's not your cup of tea.
Cool. All right. Well, thanks for the review, Chachi. And you can check his review at
insertcointobegin.com.
All right.
Every Monday.
Yep. All right, guys. Sad news. One of the sites that we actually get our news from, Joystiq, is being shut down by AOL.
Aww.
AOL is focusing on sending out more sampler CDs, so they want to just budget all their money for that. So you can make coasters out of them. No. Actually, no, they said AOL is preparing to shut down the video game website Joystiq after over 10 years of publication. According to people familiar with the situation, they said it's unclear when Joystiq will close, but they've heard that it's connected to a larger scale reorganization plan by AOL. AOL's been in the tanks lately, since probably the 90s. I'm surprised they're still a company. Are you guys surprised they're still a company?
I'm not. But if they keep making horrible decisions like this, they're not going to be one long.
Oh, well, the thing is, AOL kind of did a pivot. With sites like Joystiq, did they buy? I think they might have bought the Heaven. Oh, they did buy the Huffington Post, and a lot of them, including Engadget, were under that. So to the point where I think Ariane Huffington was the boss of this division, including probably Joystiq.
Huffington, darling.
I know, darling. Darling, what are you doing with those video games, darling? Anyways, I've watched a lot of Bill Maher with her on there in years past. Anyways, but no, they really have become a bit of a content company. Had a lot of video stuff, a lot of video plays. They're doing all right. They're not doing they're not Google, but they're doing all right, surviving.
They're not like they were back in the day.
No.
AOL was the
like to the point that they can freaking buy Time Warner and kill wrestling. I mean that's. But they're still a very significant media company now online. And I think a lot of people don't know that because their name isn't out front like it used to be. And people just think, they think the dial-up and they think, hello, you have mail, I
wonder if people still use Instant Messenger.
Yeah, I'm sure I think it's still around. I mean, it was around a lot longer than, I used that for ages. That's what we used at work for the longest time.
Let's go back to Instant Messenger, guys. Forget Twitter, forget Facebook. Let's go back to Instant Messenger.
Right.
And put our away messages up and play video games in that town that's not allowing video games to be played on
Hey, Bobby?
Sundays. Yes.
Can you guess what I'm doing behind my hand right now?
You are...
Oh, hey, keep it clean.
AOL Messenger.
I am expressing my feelings to you telling me to go back to AIM, all right?
How about, okay, if we can't go back to AIM, what was that other one? CQL or whatever?
ICQ, which also got bought by AOL.
I will go back to ICQ before I go back to AIM.
Oh, wow. But they also said that they're going to keep the name Joystiq, and they might use it for other branding purposes. But Joystiq reported that they were aware of the closure, and despite the fact that AOL Corporate had not informed its staff, and they do not comment on rumors and
this happens. Speculation. They come and go. Mac. Was it Macworld? Not Macworld. One of the Mac ones just folded as well.
Man, I'm sorry. Juggalo John in the chat room has just informed us that you can get the AIM app for the iPhone.
Oh, wow. Of course it can. Of course it can.
I'm checking the Android store right now.
Get that MSN Messenger, dude.
MSN Messenger was the worst.
It's there.
All right.
Somebody out there is listening. Like, but I still use MSN.
If you still use AIM,
but it's perfectly okay. Some people are in that thing. Some people use different things. We're weird ones because we use Google Hangout. Maybe to some people in other countries for sure. There's some country out there where AOL Instant Messenger is the thing.
Yeah,
I know.
It could be.
I just apologized to them.
Yeah, true,
I didn't mean to insult them.
You meant to insult me for recommending.
I was messing with Bobby, not the people who actually use AIM.
Well, guys, we got some more mail to get to here.
Yes.
We've got mail. All right. Borderlands is recruiting. Given the mass success of Borderlands 2 and the lesser but significant success of the pre-sequel, they are going to make another Borderlands, and according to Randy Pitchford, they are recruiting for the next Borderlands. This is a big one, they said. Pitchford outlines no other qualifications, as the studio is seeking a myriad of people, from writers to art designers to engine programmers. So if you are good with video games and design and stuff like that, and you want to be a part of the next Borderlands, hit him up on Twitter, I guess. And maybe he'll give you his email address, his business email address. But yeah, that's cool. I mean, are you guys okay with another Borderlands? I know you guys weren't as into it as I was.
Go for it. Make Bobby happy with more Borderlands. More
Borderlands is better for everyone.
Sure, you give Bobby another game he's not gonna beat. So
hey. I'll have you know, I did not beat either Borderlands games. I got stuck, and a stupid rack scared me, and I quit playing the first one. And then the second one, I got stuck on the giant hawk, and I was playing it by myself, so I didn't have any help. So I got stuck. So that wasn't my fault.
I just signed in AIM.
Oh, jeez. Chachi, what's your
screen? I think I'm still SPS Juggalo on there. If you want to look me up, ladies. I'm married. No, for video game talk only.
All right, guys. Reptile is back. Reptile's back in the new Mortal Kombat game that's coming out in April.
I just knocked over my microphone.
What?
I'm so happy I just knocked over my microphone.
Reptile's back. Reptile's back though. He was announced today in a trailer that was released for the game. He was fighting Kung Lao in the trailer, who was also announced a couple of days ago that he was back as well. But it shows that his tongue is a lot stronger than it was in the last game, and it's a lot longer, and it can actually like hoist people up in the air and throw them around and stuff. So that's kind of cool. The trailer ends with a fatality that is very gruesome. It has Reptile spitting acid on Kung Lao and then grabbing his head and squeezing, and then it cuts away. So, yeah. All right. And speaking of fighting games, Capcom's dead to me.
Oh, no. Well, at least we got Reptile over here to join us on the Mortal Kombat side. I mean, hell, on the Mortal Kombat side, we got Mortal Kombat, we got Injustice, we got the sweet WWE Immortals game happening on mobile right now. It's warm and fuzzy over here, sir. How are you doing in Capcom land?
It's for everything. Unlike Capcom games now, which have become Sony exclusive, apparently. First, they ruin Mega Man's legacy.
Mm-hmm.
Then they take away Street Fighter for everybody to play. Now Capcom is bringing Dragon's Dogma online to PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, and Windows PC as a free-to-play online action game.
Ooh.
According to the Japanese magazine Famitsu. Dragon's Dogma, which I played, the first one, is a fun game. I enjoyed it. But Dragon's Dogma Online will play like the other Dragon's Dogma's game. That is hard to say. Dragon's Dogma games. But it's in an online environment with giant bosses and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Players can group up in parties of 4, including AI-controlled pawns, for open-world adventures and battles against giant enemies. Groups can be formed in town-based lobbies and can hold up to 100 players. And Capcom will provide a quick matching feature for easily formed groups. The game has a 2015 release date and is just for those consoles. And PC. So no Xbox One, no Xbox 360 for the next Dragon's Dogma game. So if you're a Capcom fan, buy a PlayStation, or just not be a Capcom fan anymore. So. All right, Sorg, do you want to tell us about where we can get a good slice of pizza?
You can get a good slice of pizza here in Pittsburgh, up the street here, Slice on Broadway in Beachview, right on the tracks, or if you're in Carnegie, PA, right on Main Street, sliceonbroadway.com. It's delicious. It's awesome. It's like a New York pizzeria feel every time I go in there. It's from scratch. It's only the best ingredients. They're obsessed with pizza, and so am I, in my tummy. They've been supporting us for months now here at Sorgatron Studios, Sorgatron Media Studios, Mayhem Studios. All of us in studio guests here feeding us because, we get busy here. We kind of do this straight through lunch. Or, I'm sorry, what time is it? Dinner, our time. And it's good to see they're taking care of us, supporting Pittsburgh podcasts with pizza. It's really powerful. SliceOnBroadway.com. Go check them out and let them know that the Boss Battle sent you.
Yeah, I'm hungry for pizza. All right.
Next.
This is going to bring us to our final battle question of the week. It has something to do with Microsoft announcing their plans for the future, which involves a hologram headset called the,
HololensThis.
HololensThis. They said that they also announced at this event that their interactivity between consoles and Windows 10 on different platforms. So the Xbox One is going to interact with PCs, and you're going to be able to play games like Fable Legend across both platforms. You can also stream games from your PC or from your Xbox One to your PC or tap if it's Windows 10 compatible.
Right.
So that's amazing, right off the bat.
And this is we talked about this a little bit on AwesomeCast. Go check it out. We actually had Ron Krause on, Crazy Krause with the K's, on Twitter. He's a very big Microsoft guy. He's very excited about all this stuff. We wait a little bit about that. I really think this is much like Sony has been taking advantage of those Sony devices you have around with their streaming services and everything, streaming from the cloud and streaming from the console in your house. I think this is Microsoft doing the same thing. So that Microsoft probably has even more devices by proxy with their Windows machines, and they're all going to get a free upgrade if you have Windows 7 or 8. For the first year out So they're going to get it. It's going to have a million of things out there, and it's going to be great to be able to do that. You'll be able to stream it. You'll be able to play Forza sitting on your computer. This is the equivalent of you can play your Super Mario on that little controller for the Wii U, but you didn't have to buy a Wii U. You know, I mean, it's you don't have to buy an extra device. You kind of already have one anyways. So I think that's going to be really cool to finally integrate that and not have such a crappy PC gaming experience in comparison. And having to go to Steam. And they say Steam is going to be, like, Steam games are going to be connected with this too.
Oh, cool.
In a way. I wasn't... the replay feature. They're going to have some replay functions like they do on the Xbox right now, where you can record and replay things. And that will include Steam games.
Also, they announced that the chat and voice text and stuff like that's going to work cross-platform wise too.
Tremendous stuff. Tremendous announcements. I'm glad to see it.
And according to Phil Spencer, he said when Windows 10 ships, you will get. And he's like, the only reason I'm hesitating here is bigger. He said that he kind of hopes you think of it as bigger. You just think of it as better, or he doesn't think. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you'll see an upgrade, he said, to the console features on the Xbox One. It may include the Cortana voice recognition search engine software, which would be amazing if you're a Halo fan and you have an Xbox One. And they use the HoloGlasses to actually have her in front of you, the HoloLenses. Mm-hmm. But he said he wouldn't talk specifically about what's coming to Xbox One for Windows until later in the year.
E3.
What's that?
E3.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. E3 is coming up in May, or June. So that's not too far off. I mean, half a year away. It's enough time for them to get stuff ready for that. Mm-hmm. They also showed off the HoloLens, like we said.
Right.
Sorg, you want to talk about the HoloLens and how it might bring Minecraft to life?
This is pretty tremendous. So it's a lens that you wear on your head. You can see the guy wearing it here in a moment on the video stream, at least. It is covering your face. You're looking through a lens, and it's just kind of covering. It's overlaying these 3D objects as augmented reality. It's not really holograms. That's kind of a misnomer there, but a lot of these demonstrations are promising like a Tony Stark Iron Man kind of situation here.
Ooh,
you're seeing like Skype that kind of floats with you, right? As my next guest is messaging me over the video. Hi. But and then as we get to the Minecraft demo here, we see exactly why they bought that thing. Like being able to just lay out Minecraft on your table is a tremendous idea. And they say that you really don't capture here the depth of what's happening. Like they said that like some of these demos, like the Minecraft one, there'll be like a fireplace on the wall, and you're actually looking into the wall into a fireplace. I was saying earlier, if you guys remember the book that they had for PlayStation Moves and Cam, that you looked into the hole in the book for the Harry Potter thing.
The Harry Potter book.
Like that's it. There's that kind of depth that happens here.
We all scoffed at that though.
And they're creating things too. They actually had a drone on stage that they designed in the software with HoloLens. So thinking about if they're doing that with like 3D printing stuff, perhaps what could this do for modifications in video games? Like here, actually, it's looking at a piece there where it did like open up a wall and the Minecraft was inside like a little thing in the wall. So, I mean, it's a really, really cool idea. And for the most part, the people that got the demo in the media say, yeah, it pretty much works like you expect it to. There are some hangups and some stuff they need to work out, of course, but it's coming along, and it's supposed to be due this year. This thing runs Windows 10. It's a computer self-contained.
I wonder if we'll finally get a console version of the arcade hit. Was it Time Chasers or something like that? That with the holograms. You remember that game?
It's not what this is, but you can do that actually. One of the demos they showed, and I think they're about to show it here. They had it rigged up so the camera could see what the girl could see through the lens, basically, in a 3D space. And actually, this one demo, I'll pull it up here. Yeah, this is it. They put a guy really small on the pedestal, and you actually it tracks around him. He's in 3D space, right? And it reminds me of what you're talking about with that hologram game. Yeah. That I remember playing that in the arcade. I found one time.
Can you pick them up?
I think that'd be awesome. But so a lot of that interaction stuff needs to be kind of worked out too. because like they have a thing where this picture. This interactive picture pops up on the wall, and it's supposed to look like it's on the wall, right? But your finger's behind it, So what does that? It seems like it gets kind of weird. So, but no, I think it's going to be the next step forward, and it's not a Google Glass you're going to be wearing around. I don't think this is I'm in my house or I'm in a spot, and we're going to do this thing because I think it needs to kind of track to. It needs to know what the room is. You know what I mean? Is my perception of it. But the productivity and even the game like Minecraft implications are going to be amazing. But anyway, so to your question before I get
the question this week is: are holograms or VR, is that going to be the future of gaming?
Well, and again, don't call us holograms, call us augmented reality. Okay, it's similar to what we were doing with Google Glass.
And we've already seen augmented reality with like the 3DS,
right?
With their things with the mini games and stuff like that, which is cool. And of course Oculus Rift, that's virtual reality.
Right.
That's coming soon. I think definitely is the future. Not so much as like what you see in movies where it's like you can really touch someone like in front of you or whatever. I don't think that's going to happen for quite some time.
No. And even this is the first. This is 1.0 of this.
Yeah, right? Exactly. Maybe in the future.
Right. This is in 10 years from now. Is this going to be what we're carrying around, just like we're carrying around iPhones now? Because we didn't think touch was going to be the next generation of games, but it is. Yeah. Look at what we're playing. How many of us named touch games for what we played this week or reviewing them on a weekly basis? It's a different thing. I think this is going to be a new splitter from that. I think you're going to have like examples other than Minecraft is think about the anybody have Zombie Run on their phone where they put their headphones in and it tells them to cross the street, right? Imagine,
I've heard of that.
Imagine you're wearing something and maybe a smaller version of this that you can wear like a Google Glass and you see the zombies. I mean, that's the kind of fun stuff you could have. Also, probably a schizophrenic, even nutser. But still, it's. I think that's the kind of stuff. It's not going to be Connect and you see it on the screen. It's going to be a Connect and you see your room, but you see a zombie to punch. I mean, that seems like it's going to be a lot of fun. And Flappy Bird is going to be amazing chat room. See, Chachi's talking to them about that right now. Chachi, what do you think of this stuff?
Entertaining the chat room. I found an interesting energy drink on Amazon that I'll tell you about as soon as we're done recording this.
Does it have to do with virtual reality?
No. Actually, I have no idea where video games are going. Mm-hmm. But I will be the first to say that I'm going wherever they go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, you know what? You want to do augmented reality? I'll be there. You want to do full-on brain implant? I'll probably be there.
I'll be there.
I mean, look at the movie Gamer?
Yeah.
With,
I don't want that.
Gerard Butler in it. I mean, I'll do that.
I'm not physically fit enough to do that.
I mean, if you want me to control a convict, I'll do it.
Lawnmower Man, I'm there.
Yeah, I'm in. At least once. I mean, I'll try it. Not afraid.
Wow. Well, at least we got a while to go before we're actually up to the holograms of Back to the Future. Because it is 2015. Where's that Jaws hologram?
Actually, they actually kind of have that, I think.
Nice.
Like that's actually a thing. Like, or you could do with this. I'm sorry. This thing hanging in the air where she's making this thing. This is cooler than the Jaws hologram. Forget the Jaws. True. Wait. You're talking about the Jaws hologram? What happened in Coachella recently with Tupac?
Yeah, we had Tupac hologram.
Take that. Jaws keeps coming back. Tupac keeps coming back.
Which may or may not be as dangerous as the Jaws hologram.
It is more. Tupac hologram is more dangerous than the Jaws hologram.
Hey, and in Vegas, I saw Michael Jackson's hologram.
There you go. It's happening. You're living in the future, man.
Well, see, that hologram is dangerous to a different demographic.
Yeah, that's true. And on that bombshell.
Oh!
That's going to do it for us this week. Special thanks to Mike Allen at Mike Allen PR for handling the notes and the tweets for us tonight. You can follow us on Twitter at InsertCoinTV, and you can visit us on InsertCoinToBegin.com. New articles going up daily, and you can join us live each and every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock on live.sorgatronmedia.com. For at Sorgatron, at Chachi Says, I'm at Bobby F. J. Town. Game over.
Game over, yeah!
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.